It's the up, down, change around, roller coaster, go to town. Now, it sounds like a song to me, but this is the TOMY up, down, change around, roller coaster. It does go up, does go down, does change around, does roll, but it's not a coaster. So like a roller coaster, it does lock onto the track, but unlike roller coasters, it doesn't use gravity. And so with that, you can change up the tracks and make it do different types of layouts. I've had this thing for a while now. I've been dying to get to it. So the first thing to do is to take inventory. I do have the instructions. This is like a correction. They had a correction of the picture on the box. Here we are. I should have 10 pieces of straight track. So 2, 4, 6, 8. I am missing 2 pieces of straight track. So next we have 4 pieces of 90 degrees flat curve track. Okay, I got 4 pieces. Next up is 2 pieces of 45 flat curve. Bam, 2 pieces of 45. Up next is 6 pieces of 90 inward loop. Looks like I only have 5. Okay, I'm missing one of these. 2 pieces of inward 45s. Those I have. 3 pieces of 90 outward. Those I have. So with the tracks, I need 2 more of these and 1 more of these. Probably the most common one used in these things. Now for the parts, it's supposed to have 2 end caps. I only have 1. Guess I need to make an end cap. 2 pieces reversing posts. I only have 1 reversing post. You gotta have 2 reversing posts. That's all there is to it. Gotta figure out how to make that thing. 2-piece vertical stand supports. Well, luckily I got those because those are pretty big. 6 pieces of snap-on pipe. I've got 2. 1 charge pack. I got that. Here's the 1 charge pack. 1 motorized pull car. That's this one. And 1 follow-up passenger car. Got that one. And then the roller coaster sign, which I have. Also got this. So these are the pieces that I have to recreate. These 2 and this one are going to be squeeze molds. I think I can do the best that way. This one, I'm going to have to just make a cut mold. Only need 1 more of these, so have an idea. This one, I'm just going to make this in halves and glue them together to make that thing. That's the smart way to do it. Alright, let's have a look at this little guy. What this is it's powered here. This is the on and off switch. You have these wheels, one with a gear here, and it rides in here. And that gear is going to ride on one of these, depending on which way it's going to be driving through. It's only on one side. So you see there's no place to put batteries on this thing. That's where this comes in. The batteries go in here. So it takes 2 D batteries. The track is here. And the car has these little connectors here. And when you come up to here, you can see you charge this thing up, and then when you let go, it takes off. Anyway, it goes one direction until it hits the little reversing post, which flips this, and then it goes the other direction. So if you've watched my videos and you know how the TOMY products work, I bet you can guess how this thing works. I'm guessing it's the same way as Turn the Terrible Tank works, or the big loader construction set. Anyway, let's get it open. Got the fancy black screws. That? Ah, it's a stupid switch. Jeez. There's a bunch of corrosion. I was wrong. It's not a capacitor. It's a battery, a little NiCad battery. And I remember when I pulled it out, it was like that. But according to the little picture in there, actually it's showing a little over a volt. Interesting. It's 1.2 volts. I wonder what happens when I charge it up. That would be doing the same thing, I think, of bringing it into the station. So you push the button down for a little while. It's 1.25 volts. Huh. Doesn't seem to work though. Let's take the little guy apart. It's not making good contact there, so let's go ahead and just take this thing apart. Motor probably needs cleaning. But I can see that this kind of slides, and I can understand why, because if you run out of juice on the track and you need to bring it back to the station, you're not going to take it off the track, so you can be able to slide it back, obviously. So I wonder what causes it to engage and not engage when the motor's there. That's a good question. And then you have the forward and reverse. That, I'm guessing, it's one of those little satellite gears. Let's find out. These little wheels have to come off. There's no way around it. If that separates there, those wheels are in the way. Not really crazy about that engineering, but okay, I need to go ahead and undo this wire because we got a load of gears in here. Yep, there's all kinds of stuff going on in here. Go ahead and undo this guy. Alright, let's see what we have. Here's the... Okay, that one's stuck in there because of the tire. That's the wheel, so that one's stuck in there. Okay, that will come out. So we got some little ratcheting system here. And then down here is that gear that's on a satellite. Oh, it's a tiny, tiny one. Wow, look how tiny that little gear is. Just as I predicted on this one. Okay, this is what makes it go back and forth. I can take this off. Have a look at this gear. Uh-oh. You guessed it. Well, you can add this 10-tooth gear to the list of stuff I have to make because this is smaller than the usual stuff that's in here, and I can't find this gear. It looks like an 8-tooth gear. It's about the size, but it's smaller, and the teeth are different. They're smaller teeth. Well, that's not going to be easy. Okay, so here's the piece I was talking about with the little satellite gear. This is the backwards and forwards right here. The gear is on the motor and it turns this crown gear here. And that little arm here is what's going to catch those notches. The motor's turning this gear, which is turning the shaft. Now if I just turn the shaft, you can see how everything turns. But if I stop right here, hold this and turn, you can see it's now turning the gears. I let up, turns the whole thing. I can stop it, and now it's turning the gears. That's what that little arm does. So it's like this, comes around, and it catches right there. So now it's turning the gears. Then it flicks over, it goes all the way around till it catches down there. Now it's moved to here. It moves up, it starts turning to the next here, catches there. And so basically it's moving that tiny little gear to two other gears. So basically it's going to move that little gear either to this gear or to this gear. One of these two gears here. So you can see it moves. That little tiny gear is now connected to this one right here. Then when this flips down, and this thing goes all the way around till it catches here, you can see it's now moved that little gear to the other one. So now it's now going the opposite direction. The little ratcheting system has something with so you can force turn this. Not sure, but it's that little thing right there. Well, it's freezing cold outside right now, and I can't go outside into my shop and use my pressure pot. So, but I'm still going to give it a shot here. There's no way you can mix something up so tiny. So I have a little robot here I'll cast, and the excess I'll put into the mold and try to make this gear. So I've got my new gear that I made here. I think it will work. Let's see how this charging station works. Okay, this is a tough one right here. I've thought about doing this many different ways. Everything from like a cut mold that has like several cuts to it. Thought about doing it in halves and then gluing the halves together. But I got a crazy idea. I think this might work. First thing to do is to glue it down here, just like that. Alright, so I have some paper here, and I'm just going to use it and hot glue. So the problem with pouring stuff is trapping air. And this one's just primed for trapping air. So that was the thing I had to overcome. So this is my idea. I'm going to take toothpicks. Poke it through here. That. Put a little CA glue. Transfer it to here. And then get it to stick right there on that corner. Same thing over here. Another one. And that's not all. Okay, well, I didn't want it to go there, but I guess it will. Alright. Yeah, the CA glue doesn't really stick. That's a good thing, because I don't want it to permanently stick. Alright, so here's the plan with this thing. Here, it's sitting in there like this. So I'm going to pour down through here. It's going to travel down into here. And this is where the little toothpicks are coming out on the bottom. And so it's going to flow. Now I'll be able to work out the air bubbles out these sides here as it goes down to the lower section here. Once I see plastic coming out these holes, then I can take some toothpicks and plug them up. And then I continue to pour until they start coming out these holes. That means they're coming out and the liquid is getting down into here. And then of course, I would plug these holes up and continue to pour until it reaches the top. I've got some toothpicks here that are soaking in some petroleum jelly. Got the mold here. Alright, let's see if this works. Okay, let's see it coming out a few of those. Okay. I've been told that people appreciate when I include my failures in these videos. Well, here you go. The track pieces, I'm just going to have to figure something else out. I was able to get one good curved one here. This one actually does work. I've tested it. But when it comes to the straight one, I have 4 screwed up ones here. And then this last test one that I did, that came out the best, and that might be the way to go, to just sacrifice the bottom of this and just make it a dump mold and pour in and do some vents on the ends here. That's a possibility. Or I could do it like I did one of these reverse posts, because this came out perfect. So at the beginning, I'm sure you were thinking I could make a whole bunch of tracks and make this big crazy one, and I was way ahead of you on that. But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen. that would have been a whole nother video anyway, so I'm going to have to put off figuring out how to make these tracks to that as well. But I did get the little things working. I did make that tiny little gear. I did make some new stops here, so this one a little bit better. Looks better. Not exactly like the other one, but it's closer. Anyway, you want to see this thing go. First of all, what you do is you push down on the button just like this. Now, at the beginning, I thought this really isn't a roller coaster because it doesn't coast. Well, actually, it does coast. When it goes down these hills, it's gravity. So I guess that's what the clutch is for. And so I've been holding this button down, and there's 2 D batteries inside here. And I'm pretty sure, no, yeah, it's 3 volts. So they put them in a series, so it's 3 volts going into this little 1.5 tiny NiCad battery in there. You shouldn't hold it down for over 3 minutes, it says, but I'm going to hold it down pretty good little bit here just to make sure this goes. Everything looks good. We're in forward position. I turn it on and you'll see it's on, but it's not going to go until I let up on the button. There's a little disengage there. So here we go. Up, and here we go down. So if that was a real roller coaster, that would be terrifying. Goes backwards. I can charge it up a little bit here. So yes, if this was a real roller coaster, that would be terrifying right there. And I guess here going backwards as well. But there it goes. Up. And way down. Ah! And so that's how you play up, down, change around roller coaster. You charge it up just like this and you let it go. See how many times it makes it. Oh, come on. Oh, almost. Oh, it did it. Well, there you go. There's 2 times on a charge. Well, I don't give up. I will be back with these tracks. Anyway, if you like this video, I would appreciate a like. If you want to see more like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I want to thank these people right here. These are patrons. These are people helping me out. Could not do this stuff without them. So I thank them very, very much. Go ahead and check it out if you're interested. There are perks, links below. And thank you very much for watching the up, down, change around roller coaster.